So here we are. So today is my 48th birthday. I'm getting old. No, I'm not. I'm actually just getting started, and it's been a good day for me to reflect on a lot of things. And one of the things that really keeps coming up is this obsession that I have with happiness. And really, honestly, where this boils down to for me is that I've managed to I stumbled upon this by accident, honestly, by just trying different things and trying to do what I wanted to do in life. And, my original goal was to be a rock star, and I unfortunately didn't make it. But by doing that, I learned a lot about the things that actually do make me happy. And for me, it wasn't so much about being a rock star, is what I realized much later, but it was more about making music. Making music was really what was making me feel fulfilled. It wasn't so much the rock star thing. I figured maybe by being a rock star, I could get my music out to more people, and that would make me feel good. And maybe, I don't know. That didn't happen, so I don't know if that would be the case. I'm sure I would feel great about the fact that millions of people listen to my music and love it. But at the end, the part that really satisfied me and made me feel great was the act of making that music. So one of the revelations that I've had in the last couple of years is that you really have to be thankful and grateful for the things that you do have and what you're actually doing, and that you shouldn't do things only because of what you may get from them at the end. So is not the outcome shouldn't decide whether or not you do something. What should decide that is whether or not you like what you're doing. I had this conversation with a friend the other day. We were talking about working out and getting fit and really losing weight and building some muscle. And I told him, I said, it's great that you have this goal and you want to do this. Um, but I asked him, do you like working out? And he said, I hate it. I don't like going to the gym. I don't like doing any of that type of stuff. Well, there's the problem, because he's focusing on this end goal, but he also doesn't like what he has to do to get there. And I told him, basically, you need to fall in love with the act of working out. Because when you fall in love with working out, when that fulfills you, then you'll eventually get to your goal. But that's not going to be what you keep on thinking about. Because if you do and you hate doing what you're doing, you're going to see it as such a far away thing. Maybe it's depending on how far you are from your goal, from your ultimate goal. If you hate the work you have to do in between to get there, it's going to seem like an eternity before you get there, and you're going to get demotivated halfway through if you're lucky, maybe much sooner. So that's why it's important to love what you're doing. This goes to jobs too. If you're working and you have a job where you just don't enjoy going there, you wake up every day and you just dread what you have to do today, then that's not a good way to live your life. You're not going to be happy because you think, oh, well, I'm doing this job because hopefully one day I'll be able to retire and enjoy life. Bullshit. You're going to be what? Retire when you're 65, 67 years old, and then you're going to do all the things that you wanted to do in your life. Unfortunately, you're not going to be healthy enough, let's say, or have the physical stamina to do some of the things that you want to do now. You need to do these things now, and you need to do something that you enjoy, because work, you spend most of your time at work. You spend at least a third of your day at work. That's a lot of time. You need to be doing something you like. You, what would be horrible is for you to wake up years from now and wake up and say, why am I doing this? Why have I dedicated my life to this job for the past 20 years if I hate it? I've thrown away my life. And you haven't. Even if you've done it up to now, you haven't thrown anything away. But that's what most people end up thinking. Forget what you've done. Forgive yourself for doing the thing maybe that you didn't want to do and not going after what you wanted. That's not important. What's important is that you take yourself at this particular point in time and you decide, okay, listen, no more. I'm done living a life that I don't love. and go and do what makes you happy. I'm not telling you to make some stupid choice and go quit your job right now and, travel the world with a backpack and leave your family behind. That's not what I'm talking about. But what I'm talking about is prepare yourself to do the things that really make you happy. If music makes you happy, and you want to learn how to play something, then learn how to play an instrument. If for me, for example, making music is enough to make me feel very good about all the other things that I'm doing. Right now my obsession is in helping people figure this out, helping people see that happiness is their choice. Well, you have to see what your obsession is. What do you want to do? Do you want to help people? Do you want to do a different job? What is it that you really want to do? And start taking the steps needed to move in that direction and away from the direction you're headed in now that is not really what you think is for you. It doesn't fulfill you. So why are you doing that? Money is necessary in this world. Money is needed for basically everything that you need to do in this world. So I'm not going to tell you that money's not important, because it is. Money's definitely important, but money is not going to make you happy. Money will help you pay or buy the experiences that make you happy. That's the difference here. And to be fair, some of those experiences are not that expensive. So you don't need to be a millionaire to be happy. You need to be able to make enough money to live the lifestyle that you find good for you. And then a little more. Yeah? If being a millionaire is what that's going to take, then do it. Go for it. I'm not saying that more money is not as good or whatever it is. The amount of money is irrelevant, honestly. What's important is that you're living a life that you enjoy. If your life is, fast cars, yachts, and the luxury life, then go for that. If your perfect life is living on a farm somewhere in the middle of nowhere with neighbors 3 kilometers away from where you're at, then go for it. The point is that you have to live a life that is in alignment with your wants, with what you feel makes you feel fulfilled. Okay? So, look for things that make you happy. Start taking steps to do that. If you need to learn something, start learning. Start taking the courses needed. Start moving in that direction. Start researching. You can learn so much nowadays just by making a search on Google, going to YouTube. YouTube is your friend. YouTube has so many things that you can learn from. Start there. Start learning. Read books. Everything that you want to do has been done before. And I guarantee you that somebody has written a book about it, or somebody has made a video about it, or somebody has written a blog about it. Go look for those things and learn and learn. And more importantly, start acting, because some people learn, don't do, and that doesn't work. It's like going to the university for 4 years or 5 years and then starting to work. And that first day of work, you have no idea what to do because you have no practical experience. Don't do that. Start learning and start doing at the same time, and learn as you go. Because although if you're in your 30s or your 40s, even your 50s, you still have a lot of time left. But you got to remember that time is limited. At some point, we reach the end. And how do you want to remember your life? How do you want to look at what you did in your life? And you want to leave this world with a sense of fulfillment, that you did something that helped other people. You want to make sure that you did something of meaning in this world while you were here. Leave something behind. Do something that people later on in other generations will be able to look at and say, thank you. Thank you for leaving this for me, that I could learn from it. I believe that we all have to teach what we've learned at some point in our lives. That's like one of these mandatory things that we have in life, I think. Everything that you've learned, you need to pass it on, whether that's to your children whether that's to a friend, a family member, or speaking in front of thousands of people on a stage um, regularly, whatever that is. In a classroom, just teach what you've learned. We've all learned very specific, unique things, and those things need to be passed on so the generations that come will be able to benefit from those things. So, again, today's my 48th birthday, and I feel great. I feel like, honestly, I'm halfway. You know, my grandfather just turned 96, so basically I'm at 50% there. So, hopefully I'll be making another video like this in 48 years when I turn 96 and telling you how happy I am still with life and looking forward to the rest of it at that point. But I am looking forward to everything that's coming now, and I can't wait to see what the next year brings. But I'll tell you one thing. The one thing I'm going to make sure that I'm doing is that I'm going to be grateful for what I have all the time, for the moment. I'm not going to let other people bother me with their negativity, their hate. When people do that, it's because they obviously have something missing in their life, or because they see that I have something that they don't have. You know, I've had people tell me, you talk about happiness so much, you know, what is that? Nobody can be so happy. And they'll shit on me sometimes, honestly, because of this. I don't care. Honestly, it doesn't do anything to me. It doesn't really affect me because I know that I am happy. I know that I am happy. I know that I enjoy things. And of course, being happy doesn't mean you can't be sad and that you can't be angry and that you can't have emotions. You can have all the emotions in the world and still be happy. But remember, happiness doesn't mean that you're happy because you won something, or when you win big and you're happy, or because you got a salary increase, or because you got a job, or because of your first kiss. Those things, they make you happy. Sure, they do. But those things are temporary because that type of happiness is an emotion. And emotions are temporary. They don't last forever. Yeah. Something else will happen later on that will make you angry. And that's it. That happy emotion is gone. What we're talking about here as happiness is fulfillment, is having sustainable happiness, making this happiness be sustainable. The way to really do that is by being grateful for what you have, learning from your past, but leaving it in the past because you realize that it has nothing to do with where you're at in your life right now, and making plans for the future, but not worrying about whether you're going to get there or not. Going back to what I was talking about earlier with the working out, you want to lose 20 pounds and you want to put some muscle on your body. Cool. Well, what do you have to do for that? Well, you have to have a balanced diet, you have to work out regularly, and you have to make sure that you're getting plenty of sleep. Those are the things that you need to focus on, not the losing weight and the building muscle. That's your goal. That's it. You've already made that your goal. Leave it alone. Write it down somewhere so you don't lose track of where you're headed. But right now, you're going to focus on what you're actually doing. And that is going to bring you happiness. It's going to make you feel good. It's going to make you feel fulfilled, and especially when you see results. You stay consistent, you will see results. I guarantee that. No matter what you're doing, stay consistent. Keep learning, keep doing. You're going to see results, and eventually you will get to where you want. That right there builds sustainable happiness. Be grateful for every single day. Be grateful for everything you have. Be grateful for the people in your life, because nothing lasts forever. And what you have right now is wonderful. So take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day, and I'm going to go celebrate. So I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye.